Could we have a second Star Wars animation series coming in 2019? Well, I have even more evidence that we might. But before we get to that, I want to say I'm Mike and welcome back to Force Within TV, where we're building a Star Wars animation community and we'd love you to join us by subscribing. But back to that question, will we be getting a second Star Wars animation series in 2019 with the launch of the Disney streaming app? I believe we could, and so does Andy of Resistance and Rebels Transmissions. He recently pointed out to me that when Star Wars Resistance was announced, Dave Filoni was only credited with creating the series. He isn't executive producing it this time around. And for those who don't know, Andy runs a great Facebook page and Twitter feed that always updates us with the latest animation news. And also when Andy messaged me pointing out this information, he continued by speculating that Dave Filoni is only going to be involved in writing the series, but the other new series he is likely developing is where he will be executive producer again and maybe even directing some more episodes. And if we go back and check out the article on StarWars.com, it does indeed support this, simply stating that the series was created by renowned Lucasfilm animation veteran Dave Filoni and will be executive produced by Athena Portello, Justin Ridge, and Brandon Allman. So, as suggested, Filoni is only the writer, and for me, the fact that Star Wars Resistance won't be Dave Filoni's main focus makes a lot of sense. There were a great deal of people reacting to the rumors and announcements of Resistance by saying that it's a Rebels ripoff. And the similarities are there. Rebels details the beginning of the rebellion leading up to the original trilogy, and the Resistance animation show will lead up to the beginning of the sequel trilogy and will most likely give us a lot of the beginnings of the Resistance. So I believe Filoni is getting this series started and then handing it over to the capable hands of others on his team who can follow a similar path set forth by Star Wars Rebels. Now, there will be a lot of differences between the two animation shows, no doubt. Star Wars Resistance and Star Wars Rebels won't be exactly the same, but those executive producers mentioned earlier will be able to use Star Wars Rebels as a guide, especially when it comes to tone and age-appropriate content. I believe Star Wars Resistance will start just like Rebels, aimed at a younger age group and slowly become more mature as the viewer does. The problems Kazuda and the Resistance pilots encounter will become more complex and darker as the story goes on. If I had to guess, seasons 3 and 4 of the series will delve into the atrocities of the First Order and maybe even a bit of Supreme Leader Snoke in his background. But hey, if you haven't already, check out my series of videos arguing that we will be getting a second animation series, and please help make the Star Wars animation community a better place by sharing your thoughts about the question of the day, which today is, do you think the second Star Wars animation series will follow primarily Sabine and Ahsoka or other characters that run into them? Let me know in the comments below, and may the Force be with you.